Hey everybody, it's Pam with Silver and Sparkles, and I'm back with a project I made in the last 15-minute craft challenge. I said I had time to construct it, and it's made out of some packing material, like a part of a paper envelope or bag that some things came in from Amazon, and I had time to basically fold it up, add the flips and the pockets and layers, and I ran out of time. So I said, well, I'll just come back and we'll play with it. So that's what we're going to do today. I have plenty of this paper, and I don't even think I told you guys, because make this with your scraps or whatever you have, but I had a pile of the papers from this kit that I had printed and just hadn't used yet. So it is Autumn Retro Comic, I believe is the name, from Enchanted Journal Kits on Etsy. And I will make sure that I'll link that for you guys if you're interested. But again, this project is a perfect for scraps. And in that vein, I don't have a lot of things that that are comic, but I am going to just pull, oh, those are from Joey just recently. I'm just going to pull some things out that may work to be just eclectic, things that I like out of my doodad folders. And we're just going to do something. I don't know. Maybe make some journaling cards, add things that are maybe a little more closer to what I might normally craft with, right? And then let's just see what happens. Because why not? Okay. What's in here? And so a bunch of these are from some of my kits. They're from just bits and pieces. I also have, I think this is my Fabulous Flowers, and those colors actually work really well together. Videos on how to make these doodad folders. I may open that back up in a minute, but I'm just going to flip through. And there's a playlist for them on my channel. I'll try to remember to link it to you, but if you're having difficulty finding it and you'd like to make yourself an ephemera folder, I'm going to do a bunch of flowers. Just let me know. Drop me a comment or send me a message or something, and I will do my best to get that for you. Okay, and if I miss comments, I really work hard to respond to you guys, because I appreciate you taking the time to leave me a comment. If I ever miss a comment, it is not intentional. Please don't get your feelings hurt. Sometimes I'm just pulling out all kinds of stuff. Sometimes it happens, and I don't mean to, but please post again, or again, shoot me a message or something. All right, I'm pulling out things that are kind of pumpkin fall, flowers, butterflies, sort of in those colors. Look, I put a bunch of the Christmas fussy cuts in here. I'm trying to be better about putting my pieces in as I go, so that they'll be there instead of in piles and in my scrap bin and all of those other places where they end up. They end up lots of places. Okay, I was going to do just some type of, I don't know what, collage on the front of this. And I realize I've got my glasses on. I've got to find a safe place to put them. It's easier for me to craft usually without them. Now, this is definitely not one of those times where I have, you know, planned the project out for y'all and then said, okay, this is what we're going to make. This is what it's going to look like. So I try to do that because I appreciate that. You know, I like to know, but, you know, where it's going and what the project's going to end up looking like. But sometimes this can be fun too. Maybe, you know what I just thought of? Maybe, I mean, it's kind of funky, but it could be a recipe keeper. Like fall and holiday recipes. Maybe I'll do that. Why not? Okay, I want a torn edge on this. And I think I'm going to try, and if I don't like it, I'll just tear it off. I'm going to try writing with this gold pen. Let's see. Where's that piece I just tore off? I threw it. It went somewhere. Okay. I'm going to write favorite family R-E. Now I can't spell R-E recipes. Recipes. I don't think I spelled that right. I'm going to have to put something over it with the right spelling of recipes. And I do know how to spell recipes, but I don't know why. When I am on camera, my brain just goes somewhere. Recipes. R-E-C-I. Recipes. P-E-S. That's close enough. I'll fix it later. You guys can laugh at me. I honestly always struggled with spelling, but you can't really see that either. So we're actually going to, let's use this to make a little bit of a tab or something to kind of cover that up. And then I'll get the favorite family recipes later, maybe when my brain decides to engage again, and we'll do that. And see, this is where I could honestly stop the video. I haven't done anything. I could clean all this up. We could start over and y'all would never know. But I'm not going to do that. I am going to remain transparent with my difficulties spelling. Okay. What was it I was trying to write the other day too? I was on camera and I was struggling. I can't remember. Okay. All right, we're going to put that there because I like those little leaves. This is going to be like all junky and collagey and just all kinds of stuff. And I may keep it for myself, or I may give it to one of my kids once I kind of get some things in there. All right. I had all those. Remember I said we're going to do lots of flowers, butterflies. I was going to find some that had kind of that blue. See if anything, I don't know, it doesn't quite go with the pumpkin pie, does it? Wonder if the orange ones would. I'm seeing another one too here that might be cute because it has some of the red and the yellow. Yeah, let's do that. We'll kind of just put it there as an embellishment. I'm not going to turn this into a pocket. I don't want the cover. I want the cover, you know, to be able to just be flat. And this could just easily, you know, just, it doesn't have to hold every recipe that we hold dear. I've made some really large little cookbooks and things for them with recipes, but this could have just some of the most favorites that we make maybe only at Thanksgiving or Christmas, something like that. And so cards can fit in here. We can put some here. These two pockets. We also have this pocket, this nice big one right here, that I could do some blank cards for recipes. Yeah. Okay. And I didn't plan that out before I sat down, so I don't really have recipe cards on hand. But what I can do is I can make some bases that then I can put, whether I've handwritten it out or printed it, kind of maybe a little larger than a standard size, so that then they can just be mounted on there. So let's spend some of our time making those, and we can add some ribbons and things. Like this would make really cute bases, and you can put the recipe on the other side. Don't y'all agree? I'll show you what my mind's thinking. That pumpkin did it for me. Okay. And I don't know. And I mean, I can make some recipe cards. I think I have a template of one I made before when I made a big, and there's a video of it somewhere on YouTube. It's one of my early ones, a flip through of a family cookbook I made for Sarah. Anyway, but sometimes you can also get really good deals, like at Hobby Lobby and Michael's and stuff, on the packs of the recipe cards. And then you can just sit, you know, when you're doing other things and copy and write and all of that, and it's fun. If I cut these in half, I would get 4 out of these 2, right? Knowing then on the other side would be our recipe, right? So, and if we had to, we could always then cover the pretty side too. Like if it's one of those that's going to take a lot, it has a lot of instructions or ingredients. Those are, these especially are going to be so cute. All right. I was thinking about maybe rounding the corners, but instead what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to ink them. And again, with the intent, we are going to glue a recipe card on the back. I might even, I can always grab some more. I might even mount these because, you know, when you pull them out to use them in the kitchen, wouldn't it be nice if they were nice and sturdy? So let's just put these on craft cardstock, which again, I could still choose to just write on those or, you know, glue a card to it. So I'm going to do that. We're going to have nice sturdy ones. And I think my kids, being mostly, I guess, we have millennials and we have the X's, the Gen X's. But so I've tried to start typing in a bunch of the recipes so they can have, when I say type, entering them into the computer, and there's those little recipe programs, so they can pull it up on their phone or whatever when they're wanting to make something, which I totally get and understand. But there's also something nice about having, I'm not even going to trim these off yet because some of my pockets are really big. Let's see how they're fitting. You know, and especially, like, I know Sarah appreciated, like, my handwriting was on the cards. Let's see. Like, that one would fit in there. And we could do some washi tape or just another strip, or I could even fold it over like this and still have, we could have like the name of what it is. Like if this is going to be Grandma Opal's sweet potato souffle, okay? It could be like that, and then she could see, and then the recipe on this side. I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and glue this down though. And then we'll put the recipe on this side. Now, if you want like the cute part hanging out until it's time, I may do it like that. But okay, so we can put multiples in there. Let's see how the other pockets, how these would do. All right, this one is a little smaller, so I may wait and make some smaller ones. So let's do the same thing here. And again, if you want to make one of these, you do not need to do recipe theme. Not everybody cooks or is interested in that. But again, I think hopefully you'll see how these could just be great journaling cards and elements. I'm looking for this. Okay. And if I put this one in like this, then we'll have some things. Yeah, I like that. All right, something a little smaller there. Let's see. Yeah, that one's very deep. But if I mount these on here and cut them out, we should be okay. And again, I have some where my mom, you know, has wrote them out for me, and then I scanned those. I have some still in my grandmother's handwriting, both of them. And those I then printed and put on nice recipe cards, but showing their handwriting for my daughter. So she has a combination of mine, my mom's, my grandmother's, and my aunt. So I think she really liked that. And there is something about, in our digital age, I think still having things like that we can enjoy and remind us of the family and the people that came before us, right? All right. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to cut these and leave them long, and then I can always trim them up in a moment. And things like this don't take, I mean, I haven't done the recipes or anything, but it doesn't take a super long amount of time, but it certainly is thoughtful and people appreciate it. This is only packing paper. And I think I'm going to stand up and get washi tape and do a wide couple of strips so that is reinforced. And later, if I wanted to sew a signature or something in there, I could. And now that I said that, I'm also thinking maybe I'll put, remember this masking tape I used the other day? We'll put this down and some washi tape too, but the color will go, and it will also provide some nice structure for us. Because I don't want, now that I'm putting all this time into it, I don't want it to do anything. I don't want it to go anywhere. Because I could have brought a whole piece up. Let's just cut a little snip and wrap it around the end. Straight. All right. I think it'll be okay if it comes up on the paper. All right. And I'll do a little piece there, and it kind of looks like the little thing on books, you know, when the signatures are sewn in and there's that little strip of fabric or something. Or at least I'm pretending that's what it looks like to me. And that was not smart, Pam. Oh, good. I haven't pushed it down yet. Let's line it up, because I want it to look cute. All right, good enough. Okay. So now, yeah, that's cute. On the inside, I think it's okay leaving it orange, but let's see what we have that we might like to add. I have been pulling these out quite a bit lately. I was thinking one of the really wide ones, but I don't know if I want to do that. Maybe this one. I'm thinking, and if I don't like it, I can take it up, or I can go like this. Yeah. Well, if I do this, we get another layer on the center there. Get that fun little edge. Okay, close enough. Yeah, and those colors worked really well. Wasn't sure, but they did. Okay, so I'm gonna get that out of the way for now, and we will keep it going. Whoops, a little more glue. Okay. All right, and that's where it folds, so fits perfect. It fits in there great. And there we go. We can have some here. I still want something there. And I left this as a pocket too. Now here, I'm envisioning like some of the ones maybe that I don't want to cover her face up. But again, I could write what the recipe is on this side. This is upside down. We could put a big, you know, square card here. And maybe put a favorite there. It's featured. And the same if I wanted to do that here. I was going to try, I don't know if there's any way to make that not look crooked. Because if I trim it up, see, it looks straight on this side. I know y'all are probably trying to talk to the computer or the screen and tell me why it's doing this. I'm sure it's because none of this is really straight. All right. Get some ink. I told y'all in the 15-minute craft I would come back and do some inking. Especially where there's those white pieces showing, right? Just get a few little things in here. Okay, let's pick a little bit different size card that would work in this pocket. So what did I do? I brought that. All right. If I have a card, and it could hang out some, let's just say 5 inches. And we'll do something like 4 by 5, something like that. So let's see what we can get out of this one. If we do 4, it may still be a little long. We'll see. That's mounted. I think that will be okay. All right. We'll do 2. That's 4, 5, a little more than 5. Okay. This is going to be nice to have these prepped and ready, you know. So a little bit of ink. I think I'll put one here and I'll put one in this other pocket and then we'll do something else. Again, everything's not exactly straight. And I am letting it be. I'm letting it be rustic. The other thing I could have grabbed to make things with instead of this, this cardstock is I could have grabbed some of my junk mail. I don't know if you guys use your junk mail. I do. I haven't been doing as many projects on camera, you know, with those types of junk mail and scrap busters and things, but if all you're using some card or some paper for is, you know, for extra layer and thickness and stuff, use your junk mail. It's a great way to use up some of those things. I have a stack sitting here. We may grab something here in a minute. Now these I am cutting off because I need them to be a little bit smaller. And this is the one, the paper wasn't cut straight, so the border's not going to look straight. But I know I cut them straight. All right, let's put that one here. And this one, I'm going to put in this way because when it hangs out, I kind of want to see that piece for now. All right, I am going to I was going to put some kind of tab on there. This is, if you can't tell, it's really bothering me. So I'm trying to let it go. I'm going to put a flower here. Like that. And then let's get some ink on her. Now this is a pocket too. So I need to, I mean, this will hold so much. That's one thing about the packing material is it definitely I think unless you intentionally are trying to tear it, I think it is going to hold up well and hold lots of stuff, you know. It has enough flexibility, I guess is the word that I'm looking for. Let's make some type of, I think I'm going to use part of this phone. Some type of tab for here. I don't know. I don't know how I'm feeling about the crooked page. Anything I can think of would fix it on one side and mess up the other side. Because I thought, like, what if I put another piece of paper over it? Okay, I'm going to stop talking about it, and it will be all right. Okay, we got this flip. Let's, you know what I just remembered? Remember I said we could make another one, but instead what I can do is, see how nice and sturdy that is? It's quite sturdy. All right, I kind of like this edge, and I kind of like that variegated piece there. Make it a little smaller. I'm going to cover up where this is upside down. Whoa. Wow. It does not want to just tear, which is a good thing. I mean, it really is. Since I used it to build my, my folio, my flippy. Okay, we're going to put it in here. I'm going to just slice. I don't mind that it will be straight. I'm just going to slice a bit of it off. All right, and now I don't have to look at this being upside down. We can write directly on this paper if we want to. And if we want to, we can just put a card or something over top of it. Okay. So I'm just gonna reach over to where I have some junk mail. So do you guys get all these things? Like all of this? I do. And this is what I meant is, I mean, like what great cardstock. This is like a bookmark for a business, but that we can use then to make things and cover them with our prettier papers or our book page or whatever it is we want to cover them with, right? We can wrap it. So let's find a piece. I was kind of thinking I would use him, but I'm not sure now. I might. Do I have one a little bit larger? I was thinking I might even, this would be cute, do another pocket right here. Because why not? And it's easy to keep adding features, you know, and it's also easy to keep adding more flips and pages, honestly. Okay, which way? Yeah, I kind of want it to show right there. So we're going to bring it over to the edge. Just a little bit right here. Now, I know I said this is going to be recipes, but that'll be cute right there. And I'm using scraps and little pieces. And you can have important words. See the good in a cookbook. All right, this is where I was at. Now, this would be fun, I think. I like those apples. You know, I'm sitting here thinking how it's not really the right size necessarily for a recipe, but it could be, like my mom, one of the ones she made for me, she put little things like your grandmother used to say, and then she would put little quotes and scripture she liked. So, we could just do something like that. Like, I'm thinking about you, that kind of thing. So let's save that for something else. I'm going to wrap it. I kind of want, since I'm thinking I'm going to do holiday type recipes, we're going to have that little bit of, we have a lot of fall going on, so we're going to have that little bit of greenery. And I was going to like wrap it, but I don't think I'm going to wrap it. I'll show you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to do this, and I am going to chop this edge off. This is like the ultimate in eyeballing. Let's see. I just did it long enough. All right, how tall is my little bookmark? It is 6 inches. So I'm going to cut this at 6 inches. And hopefully I'm going to like how this looks in a moment. We're just going super simple. Now this is quite glossy, so we'll see how well my glue holds. I may have to use a little bit of two-sided tape or get out my art glitter glue. But we'll see. It's like a little package, because this is going to stick to itself pretty well, I think. Sticky fingers. And I didn't wrap the ends, but you know, you don't have to do every little thing every time. I think it looks good. I'm going to add the ink. I like that tab, how that turned into looking like a tab. We're going to put that one there, this one here, and I think I want this to go in this pocket. It's going to be for a smaller recipe. I also have some, like, we never make anymore, but I remember from my childhood, I think I talked about this. My mom had a homemade eggnog recipe. Yeah, and, you know, raw eggs, and we drank it. The kids had it, you know, just without any nog, my parents called it. So virgin eggnogs. And now we buy it at the store, and we know you shouldn't really be drinking a whole bunch of raw eggs, right? But, okay, one thing that I definitely would like to see some of is some ribbons and some things like that. And I'm even, is it right here that it's a little... Yeah, this right here could have used some more structure. So I'm wondering, of course I would like it to be pretty, whatever I put. But I'm just seeing, like, would it work? Or just something back here? I don't know. I really think it's okay. I think it's just that I have the layers have created a little bit of heaviness. But again, I like how it feels. I really like that little wrinkly piece there. Now I wonder, I won't commit yet, but what if, I'm back to this crazy, what if we just like tear this on what would maybe look straight. It may draw even more attention to it. I don't know. We could go a little bit smaller. I'm thinking it might have a little bit of a, what is the word? An effect, a trick of the eye, that if there's this little piece here, our eye may believe that this is a different layer. I'm going to glue it down and we'll see. It's already crooked, right? So it can't make it worse, I don't think. Okay, so this kind of, I'm trying to make it look straight with the top and the bottom here. Yeah, I do. I think it looks better. And if you don't, that's okay. Hopefully when you make yours, you won't have a crooked, interesting edge. Now, I had all these fun things that I was pulling out and wanting to use. I think I am going to, don't really care about it saying coffee shop, but I don't mind the cute coffee cup or whatever this is, the chai or a hot cocoa or a latte. There we go. Cute. And then some of these I may just tuck in. Like I said, make it a little eclectic. I definitely wanted a butterfly somewhere. So let's think about where the butterfly will look cute. Like we need it on the front. Does she need a butterfly? No, she does not need a butterfly. Oh, but a butterfly would go there really well. Can always find a place, in my opinion, for a butterfly, right? So see the things that you can do when the timer isn't going to go off on you. I said I wanted some ribbon and I haven't gotten to it, or some fabric or something. Let's put a piece of ribbon. I think I'm going to go, I don't know, I'm going to go, that's too dark. Maybe a green. Yeah. We'll just tie a little piece of seam binding on. Now, when I get back, y'all are watching this while I'm on vacation. When I get back, before I left, I was able to dye seam binding. And I'm going to do my best to get that up in my shop for y'all, for folks that still want some, and some, and it's a variety of colors. But anyway, be on the lookout, and I'll try to get those up fairly soon once I'm back. They're not completely, I mean, I still have to package and take pictures and post them and all of that, which takes a little while. Okay, so we're going to put that one there. Yeah, see, that little bit of ribbon just starts to make all the difference. So let's think about this one. Put it here. It's plain. What I could do is we could go ahead knowing even if we cover it up later with a recipe card, you know, I'm not going to cover the whole thing. I'm just going to put a little portion on. But if it gets covered up, that's okay. But this way, as it's hanging out, in case I never get around to putting recipes in here, I may just give it to someone to use themselves. As a journal or as recipes. But anyway, see if I do this, I put this here, it's this edge I want some pretty on. Okay. And then we can also maybe do a ribbon. Okay. Maybe like that. And see what we think. Because again, there's no problem whatsoever if the recipe card is large, bringing it, you know, right over top of this. Okay, let's do another ribbon. And let's do one kind of this color. And I'm kind of tying them a little bit long. Okay, there we go. That's fun. Yeah. Now these, if I was going to do ribbon, I would do them on these ends. And I really like having the images poking out. And that's also why I think I did one like this, going back to back. So I'm just going to leave those for now. We have that. Let's put a little piece right here for fun. With all these patterns, it's a lot for our, you know, our eyes to take in. And I think having like the little piece of ribbon will bring our eye to, ooh, there's a little tab for that page. I think it does that. I like it. Let's see. Now these could definitely have, we could add some joy by adding ribbon. And I was wondering, and that's lace, I was thinking a piece of the sari silk or just a very, I don't know where I put it, my sari silk that's just ivory. We'll just put another piece of seam binding because that is what I am able to get to. And I'll just go with this kind of ivory neutral color, since that's kind of what my mind was thinking about. I'll leave that one a little long. Put it in there. I'm not going to do these with it coming up there. Now this one I didn't mount on to anything. Let's do another tab for this one. Maybe, whoops, with some fun colors. Where did it go? I don't have my glasses on, so it's kind of hard when they fly away. Because, let me show you what's on my floor right now. Oh, gosh. Like, this fell, this fell. Y'all haven't seen me make these yet, so I'm going to set that aside. But I think that's going to be on Pink Monarch's channel, not mine. Goodness gracious. I don't know where that went. The good news is I have a punch and more paper, and we'll just punch another one since it flew away. Maybe right here. With a little ink on it. Let's take it out. delicious. Something will be delicious. All right. Just all kinds of little extras. And I just like her. She's fine. She's like a happy person. I think they're okay. I was wondering, like I had this little tag too. I'll just tuck it in. And you can just like put all kinds of ephemera in here. We can just completely go to town. I'm feeling like I want another strip of something and then I'm going to stop. I think this is at the point now where I will either just make more of the cards or start working on the recipes. I really think that's what I would do next. So I'm make this a touch thinner. You'll have to let me know what you think of this one, and if you liked that I came back to it since I didn't get it all the way done for the Wednesday 15-minute. I usually try to do definitely, you know, things that aren't great big projects because I only have 15 minutes. But this was kind of fun. You know, I saw that packing paper and I was like, I've got to make something that'll be fabulous. All right. And again, you can decorate if you have packing paper with scrapbook paper, just anything that makes you happy. Let's see now if I like how that looks. I do. I like that better. Just not quite as big of a blob of red there. Okay, I'm going to stop. I think this has been fun. And even, you know, with taking more time, this was not a project that, you know, took a super long time. I can go through my recipes later and decide what I'd like to include. And I could even just print some off and put them in here too. You know, it can be an eclectic book. All right, let's count too. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, that big one, 5, 6 pockets. So that's not bad. And there's lots of real estate, lots of room for a lot more that could go in here, and it can just get chunkier. Okay, thank you guys for joining me. I hope you will make something with your packing paper and your scraps and have fun. Until next time, have a great day.